Hi everyone. I thought today we'd take a look at another interesting aspect that you can add to your flower gardens, even though it's fall and the gardens are basically asleep for the winter now. I thought it might be a time we could discuss concrete garden ornaments. Typically in the past I haven't really gotten into these very much at all, but in the last few years I've acquired a few, and today I'll show you some of the ones that I have. So I'm not really somebody who would collect some of the more comical type of garden structures or concrete garden ornaments. Sometimes you can get cartoon characters or Little Bo Peep type characters or Daffy Duck, whatever. I tend to prefer these more natural looking concrete ornaments. This one of a lion sleeping is about 1.5 feet long, and many of these I've painted myself, and I'll discuss that procedure in a new video or an upcoming video. I like a lot of the mythological creatures that you can get in concrete garden statuary these days. I just think they lend a mysterious quality to the gardens that is kind of nice. Again, this one I painted, so I purchased these as bare concrete sculptures, and then I paint them with exterior acrylic paints. This one I wanted to give a faux bronze look to, and I think it came out quite well. It really does look like metal. I've always been fascinated with the big Easter Island heads, Rapa Nui, that are found on Easter Island. So whenever I've seen these concrete garden statues that reflect those heads, I've always been intrigued by them. Now obviously this one looks a little more caricaturized, but this is my largest statue that I have. This is 3 feet tall and weighs about 200 pounds, but I just like the way it sort of overlooks the end of this little garden, keeps an eye out for the health and vitality of the garden, I guess you could think. But they do look kind of neat, and I guess it's my way of having a little piece of Easter Island's heritage in my own garden. Here's a little garden tortoise that again I bought as a plain concrete statue, and then I painted it with exterior acrylics with the color scheme of a desert tortoise from the southwestern United States. So I found the images online and used those as my guide. And again, I'll do a video showing the painting process for one of these sculptures. Here's a slightly caricaturized version of a owl, and I don't typically get these kind that look more cartoon-like, but there was something about this chubby little character that I kind of found attractive. It's actually over 1 foot tall or so and 10 inches wide, probably weighs 50 pounds, so it's a good solid little statue. Doesn't blow around the wind, and it was pre-painted, this one. So gave that away as a present actually. These two fish are not actually concrete sculptures, they're actually porcelain sculptures, and we bought these down in Maine one summer when we were vacationing, and they're really well done. They stand up well. We've left them out all year long on their little pedestals, and I've even occasionally hit them with snow shovels with it by accident, and they managed to stand that shock. The porcelain's actually quite thick, about 1/2 inch thick, and obviously it was baked in an oven to harden it, strengthen it, and then glazed with various colors. I've been very impressed with how attractive they are, how durable they are, and the coloration doesn't fade. It still looks as good today as it did when we got them about 8 or 10 years ago now. In the concrete garden art world, I've always liked the little Chinese pagodas, or Chinese lanterns as they're sometimes referred. I inherited this one when my father moved into an apartment. He left this one for us to take to our house. It's about 2.5 feet tall, comes in 3 segments, the bottom and a central and a top roof portion. Very solid, well made. Leave this one out all winter. And it's lasted fine. It's getting lichen on it. This was just a natural. It might have had I think it had some kind of a protective coating on it, but it was largely uncolored, I think. And you can see now it's got lichen developing on its roof to make it look very nice. It's mixing in with the local environment. So while painting has some nice aspects to it in that you can make the subjects look a little more real, I guess, it's also nice to leave concrete statuary plain in a lot of cases. And these pagodas or Chinese lanterns come in many designs and shapes and sizes, so there's lots to choose from. And they add a nice little area of interest to your gardens. Sometimes you can even put little candles or solar lights in them to set them off at night, which is really pretty. I haven't done that with this one yet, but probably should think of doing that. Here on top of my pergola, I put a little gargoyle on the top to overlook the local garden. This is obviously the Hear No Evil version of this gargoyle. This one's about 10 inches tall and about the same width and diameter. And it's been out here for a long time and shows no real signs of wear.